Hello, virtual learners. Today, I am starting a new chapter book with you, and I have to tell you, it was a few years ago that I found this book at the library, and I thought, oh, that looks kind of interesting. I like the art, and I've read a book by Judith Vorst before. I think I'll check it out. You guys, suddenly Lulu became one of my favorite characters, and I hope after hearing this story, you like her as much as I do. I have to warn you, in the beginning, she's not very likable. You're going to see a lot of problems. But I hope in the end you see the way that she fixes these problems. Now, when Judith Vorst tells this story, she tells it in a very interesting way. So she's the narrator. The narrator is the person who tells the story. Now, the funny thing is sometimes the narrator talks to us. Usually that doesn't happen in stories. So in books like Mercy Watson, the narrator just told the story. They never talked to us. But in this story, you're going to hear every once in a while that the narrator talks to us. Are you ready to embark on a grand new adventure? Let's find out a little bit about Lulu and the Brontosaurus. This book was written by Judith Vorst, and the illustrations were done by Lane Smith. Now remember, illustration is a fancy word for picture. For Nathaniel Redding Gwaltz Vorst and Benjamin Carlo Gwaltz Vorst, who helped me write the story. For Molly. Okay, all right, you don't have to tell me. I know that people and dinosaurs have never lived on the earth at the same time. And I know that dinosaurs aren't living now. I even know that paleontologists, folks who study dinosaurs, decided that a dinosaur that was once called a Brontosaurus, a very nice name, shouldn't be called Brontosaurus anymore, and changed it to Apatosaurus, a kind of ugly name. But since I'm the person writing the story, I get to choose what I write. And I'm writing about a girl and a Brontosaurus. So if you don't want to read this book, you can close it up right now. You won't hurt my feelings. And if you still want to read it, here it goes. Do you still want to read it? Well, I certainly do. This is what I was talking about when sometimes the author, the narrator of the story, talks to us. So right now she wasn't telling a story. She was telling us something important about the way she wrote the story. Okay, so a story about a girl and a Brontosaurus. Shall we keep going? Let's do it. Chapter 1. There was once a girl named Lulu, and she was a pain. She wasn't a pain in the elbow. She wasn't a pain in the knee. She was a pain, a very big pain in the B-U-T-T. Now, Lulu was an only child, and her mom and dad gave her everything she wanted. And guess what? Lulu wanted everything. Tons of candy, tons of toys, tons of watching, tons of cartoons on TV. And if her mom and dad ever said, and they hardly ever said it, "Sorry, darling, we think you've had enough," Lulu would screech till the light bulb burst and throw herself down on the floor, and then she would kick her heels and wave her arms. And pretty soon, her mother and dad would say, "Well, just this once," and let her have whatever she wanted. Chapter 2. 2 weeks before Lulu's birthday, she announced to her mom and dad that she wanted a Brontosaurus for her B-Day present. What did she say? What? A Brontosaurus? Yes, she wanted a Brontosaurus for a pet. At first, Lulu's mom and dad just thought she was making a little joke, and then they saw, oh horrors, that she was serious. They patiently explained that a Brontosaurus is a quite enormous dinosaur who lives in the forest, not in people's houses. Is that where a Brontosaurus would live? In a forest? I'm afraid I'm not absolutely sure. But since I'm the person writing the story, I'm putting this Brontosaurus in a forest along with a lot of other wild beasts that I'm absolutely sure did not live on Earth when dinosaurs were there. Oh, hey, it happened again. The narrator, the person telling the story, they talked to us. They said, "I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it anyway because I'm writing the story." That's the cool thing about being the author. You get to choose what happens. Anyway, Lulu's mom and her dad continued explaining to her, although a Brontosaurus is into eating plants, not animals, including human animals like Lulu, and although it is cute in a long-necked, pin-headed way, it is much too huge and too wild to be a good pet. A dog, a cat, a goldfish, a bird, a gerbil, a guinea pig? Yes. A Brontosaurus? Definitely no. Okay, I want you to think about what you already know about Lulu. In the first chapter, what did they tell us about Lulu? She got whatever she wanted. What do you predict is going to happen if her parents tell her you can't have a Brontosaurus as a pet. Keep that prediction in your head. We'll see you next time. Bye, guys.